Here we are. It is Friday the 13th, the unlucky Friday the 13th, and I was up, as usual, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, made myself a coffee. I was down here banding some boards, and my brain's been really busy with this thoughts about Friday the 13th, and kind of got sparked a little bit by the date, as well as a very interesting phone conversation I had with a gentleman from California last night, and I wanted to share some thoughts. I haven't done a Facebook Live for a little while. I did my 14-day challenge, and I really enjoyed that. One of the things I think that would have made it even more enjoyable is more interaction, more of a two-way conversation. You know, I heard a few likes, comments, and whatnot, but it would be really cool to hear even more interaction and thoughts. And with today, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on what comes out today. Even if you think I'm crazy and completely disagree with what I say, I think that would be very interesting to hear your thoughts and consider your perspective. But what are your thoughts on luck? I've always liked the acronym luck is labor under correct knowledge, but there's actually three examples that come to mind when I think. There's lots of examples, but there's three examples that come to mind when I think about this. And the first one is that often when we play Crokinole, there'll be, just for an example, I'll take a shot and, get the opponent's button off, and I'm trying to get a 20, and mine like almost falls in, but it lips out or just comes up a little bit short, leaves a hanger and sets my opponent up for a 20. And sometimes people will go, oh, unlucky. And so often when they say that, I'll say, I don't believe in luck. And one fellow, what he always says, I'll say, he'll say, oh, unlucky. And I say, I don't believe in luck. And he says, all right, unfortunate. He just tries to reword it for me a little bit. But here's my reasoning why I don't like to acknowledge luck when a shot doesn't go right for me when I'm playing Crokinole. So if it almost falls but not quite, or I make a shot but my opponent's button almost goes in the gutter or not quite, and maybe it costs me a round or whatever, I don't believe in luck, because I can't change luck in the next round, the next game, the next match, the next tournament. I can't. Hi, Sharon. I can't change that. Imagine that you are an athlete and you're trying to improve in your sport of choice, and you bring in a coach, and the coach looks at it and assesses your game and says to you, you know what? I think if you want to take your game to the next level, you should focus on luck. You should just try to have luckier bounces and just have luck on your side, and that's how you're going to take it. Bullcrap. I can't influence that. I can't influence my luck in the next round of Crokinole. But what I'll say, yeah, I don't believe in luck, and someone will challenge me on it, and I'll say, no, if I had shot that a little differently, I would have had a better result. If I had hit it a little bit harder or a little bit lighter. And the reason I do that is because the way I look at it is, if you believe that the problem or your challenge or something you're not happy with is outside of your control, then almost by default the solution and how to fix that is also outside of your control. So for me to say, yes, that was unlucky or lucky, I feel like I'm giving my power away, and I'd rather just say, yeah, I messed up, I didn't make that shot right, because if I had, it would have dropped. And to me, that just feels so much better, because in my next round, I can choose to shoot a little differently. I can choose to take that to the next level, because that's what I want to do. I want to take my Crokinole game, or anything that I'm looking to improve on, I want to take it to the next level, so I won't acknowledge luck. So I'm a little bit blinders on with that. But the second example that comes to mind, and getting a little deep here, sorry, but not sorry, just acknowledging that it's getting a little bit deeper. And I need to be really careful with the way that I word it, because I'd really hate to be misunderstood. So just bear with me for a minute. This business that we have right now, where we're making Crokinole boards, business is absolutely awesome, and I don't believe that we're lucky. Now, the reason I say I don't want to be misunderstood is because I don't mean that I don't feel blessed. I don't mean that, because I do. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. I feel fortunate. And I don't believe that it's luck, because if I look at what's going on right now and I say, I want to keep this going, and if I believe that it's just luck, I just, right place, right time, just happen to be lucky, how do I continue that? How do I continue the growth and keep that going forward? I don't, because I don't know. I don't know how to strengthen your luck muscle. But if I look at it and say, yes, we're very fortunate, we're very blessed, and there's something absolutely incredible going on, how can we influence this and keep it going forward? Then I come up with things like, make an awesome product. Be constantly, every day I come down here, try to make a Crokinole board just a little bit better than it was yesterday. And just always really, really focused on that. Customer service, treating people right. Things go wrong. I've shipped people the wrong color buttons because, I don't know, I get cross-eyed to send them black buttons instead of blue buttons. If something goes wrong, I just go, okay, how do I make this right? How do I treat people the way I'd like to be treated? And it's things like that, and focus. And now we're making adjustments with Elaine coming in, and Nolan's back working with me to help keep the production going. And those are the things that are within my control, not luck. So that's what I choose to focus on. So yeah, I hope that makes sense in it. I mean, absolutely, we feel incredibly grateful, blessed, all those positive words, but not necessarily lucky. Not in that context of the words. And the third example that was rattling around in my mind this morning as I'm banding and keeping my brain busy while my hands are going, was the kind of the spark that caused me to do this, other than it being Friday the 13th. I had a conversation with this gentleman in Southern California last night, and one of the things that came up was I was talking about my boys. The boys are, Nolan turns 17 this month, and Reed turns 21 next month, and then Garrett, our middle son, is 9, so 17, 19, 21 basically. And I was talking about how Reed and I quite often like to sit down at the Crokinole board, and we'll spend half an hour or an hour playing Crokinole, chatting, connecting, and this gentleman says to me, he goes, yeah, my son is 22, and he's sitting beside me on the couch, and he said, he might have said sofa, because I say coach funny, but anyway, he said, yeah, he said, I have a great relationship with my son, and he said, you and I are lucky men. And I basically was like, it was the same theory. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I feel fortunate, I feel blessed. I have so much gratitude and appreciation for the fact that I've got 3 sons that I have really good friendships and I should say relationships with my kids, but I don't feel lucky. What I said to this, and again, I have so much gratitude for it, but I said to this guy, I'm like, you're not lucky to have a great relationship with your son. You have that with your son because you intended it. You invested your time and your energy, and it's something that was important to you, and you worked for it, and that's why you have it. You didn't just win the relationship with your son lottery. You created that, and so there's a balance there, and I never want people to feel that I don't feel grateful for that. But I got the 3 boys, and they're their father's son. There's a lot of testosterone in this house, and we've done a fair bit of that over the years, man. There's been some head bunting going on. Yeah, it's been tense at times, but we've worked through it and get to a place where we have a fantastic relationship because it's important. And because we, yeah, there's been times I've had to go to one of my kids or all of my kids and go, yeah, I was wrong, and swallow some pride because my long-term relationship with them is important. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense that, yeah, it's like, it's not lucky. You have great things happen when you set your intention on it and put forth the time and energy into something you want more and better and different in your life. So yeah, I'll wrap it up with that. But on this Friday the 13th, I hope that you go out there and have an amazing day. Put your energy and your attention toward taking something that's important to you to the next level. And if you want to call it luck, that's cool. But yeah, just go out there and create awesome things that you feel grateful for, blessed, fortunate, whatever you want to say. But make it a fantastic Friday the 13th. And we will see you in the future.